11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. Now 2nd and 5.
Now Young. Flush to his right.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
A first down throw for Young.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Still going. Inside the 20. Jonathan Taylor.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On first down at Stafford.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. Takes it to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Now Stafford. Flushed out right. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Ryan Brzee
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
I thought that at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do it.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Bell.
Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
On the set. Check pink.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Throwing, Young. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That throw by Young incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Young on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This a 31-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, New York.
Stafford on first down.
Now that's complete downfield to Cooks.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
First down,
50.
On first down, Stafford here. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Mostert diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Drill, 52. Strike. Check, strike. Green jack.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football, as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
Set, ready. Drill, green. Fuse, yellow. Let's go. Go set.
Young.
There's Chris Olave.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Red, yellow. Ready.
Young to throw it. And he gets this one to Ridley complete.
And he is going to have the Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So many times in my career, I heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
The Bills at 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Fight, white.
Young now. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On the ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Young. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Pass, the completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Slot man moves right.
Ready.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
To throw, Young.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
21.
Back to throw, Stafford.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, 22.
To throw is Stafford.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Raheem Mostert, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 14-10.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in right around the goal line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Young loses it.
And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you are closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Bills are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It's second and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Yellow, check white. Ready.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line. And now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Bills send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
Hardman on the return.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bills 10.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle, and they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business.
48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
An extra defensive backing for the Bills on 3rd down. Now Stafford. That is caught. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
A lane there to run as Mostert able to get about 7 there on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 3.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Stafford.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Jamal Adams.
And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Young.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Running the counter with Mostert. Now he's into the clear again.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Raheem Mostert
with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Jets 21, Bills 10.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
Young is intercepted for the third time this game.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Buffalo offense.
Possessions.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Strikers, 3-3.
Young will set to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Cameron Bynum.
And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Play action. Stafford. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Drill right, 22.
Here's Mostert.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Stafford down to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Brandon Cooks. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
McManus's point after is good, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Bills 10. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
On the double.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they'll hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The play fake. Now Young. Quinnen Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out.
And got his man complete. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Bills 10.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
First down, Young. Dancing to his left.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Young looks to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Young, he's going to change it up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Blaster, six. Fight, white. Smash, red. Hut, hut.
Young on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Andre Sisco.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Black Ultra. Hut, hut.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football. But he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a...
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Oh, good move. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Following the interception, Young.
He'll get this off to Taylor.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now Young. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Throwing here, Stafford.
And that's complete downfield to Cooks.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Off of play action, here's Stafford. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Andre Cisco on the coverage.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And the Bills are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice. Obviously, your training camp.